Hello, welcome to the house of Poppy and Finn. This is Miriam. I am looking at Poppy and Finn's studio today. This is a project I've been working on, and it's not yet in a room, obviously, but I was so excited about it. I kind of wanted to show where we're at so far. And basically, the inspiration was this fantastic kit that someone gave me. So this kit came like this, just kind of flat in a flat kit. And you cut it out, well, you don't cut it out, but you punch it out carefully. And then you can assemble it and you get this paint box. And you get the easel, the paints in the box and not on the easel. And then you get the paint palette right here. And then of course I've painted it, which of course every paint palette should have paint. And then this is the a stool it came with. And that I think is pretty much it that came with the kit, besides the brushes that you see lying around. Actually, the brushes came too, so. Yeah, and these were really cute. They were fun. All the little details were really fun to make. I didn't change too much with this kit. We could choose our own coloring or stain. I stained it. It came kind of that blonde color in here. So I stained it. And then I actually did stuff it with some cardboard so the paints were sitting a little higher. And the paintbrushes so you could see them when they're in a box. It also isn't made to close. It's made to open permanently. I tried putting hinges on. I have a couple hinges, but I was hopeful that they would be bendy enough that I could close it. But the hinges I chose were too stiff, and they weren't actual hinges. They were just pieces of metal. So it's pretty much permanently stuck open at this point. But yeah, so it was really fun. I highly recommend it. Yeah, everything else is just kind of things that I've added. Here's a few more brushes that came with the kit. Oh, the cup is a cup in progress. It's just those silver things that come in on a metal. It's just me experimenting with the metal. When you take something, you try to steal it, and they have those little metal strips. So I pulled them off of a sticker, off of a UPC thing, and put them. They're kind of hard to bend. I think they probably have a better use than this, but it was fun to experiment a little bit. The sketches are my sketches with pencil on paper. And then the paintings are just acrylic. They're just boards, like the back of boards, canvas boards that I've cut up. And I cut them up and then painted them with acrylic. And you could probably, if you wanted to do this, you could probably do it. Maybe you could be neater. My edges aren't that great. I need to find a better way of cutting them, probably just to get the neater edges. But I wasn't super picky. It was my first time doing it. And also, I know that I probably will want to frame the ones that I like in the end. Yeah, but it's a fun way to make a lot of canvases fast. And it's a little tricky to cut. You could probably use a carpenter's knife, or I used a heavy-duty pair of scissors, which is why it's so ragged. I think a carpenter's knife would probably work better. Or even if you have access to a little saw or something, that would be good. But yeah, they look good though when they're setting in an art studio, I think. And you can do a lot with acrylic on canvas. You can do a lot of different styles. Yeah, I did make this little portfolio. It was basically just paper, distressed with some acrylic and chalk. And then the little twine wrapped around it, and some paper that I took the edges to and ripped them off rather than cut them off to make it look old. I do have a Victorian home I'm working on, so some of these things I'm leaning more towards Victorian. That's why they look less modern. But yeah, let me know if you have any suggestions. I know right off the bat I probably want to, well, of course, work on frames, but I also want to make some pencils. Every art studio needs pencils. I don't have any yet. I don't even have any. I thought I had bought some at some point, but I don't even have those. Someone suggested toothpicks, but I think toothpicks are a little too thick. I'll have to double check. The brushes aren't too bad. They could probably be the same thickness as this. So if I can get this, I'm sure they sell this at craft stores. Just kind of it came in a long sheet and you cut it. Oh, they might have cut these for me, I think, in the kit. But yeah, and then this is great. It's just a little bit of thread on the end. It's kind of fun that you cut up and you stick on there. But yeah, I think there's a lot of things you could do to make pencils. But anyway, let me know if you have any suggestions. As always, we look forward to hearing about your comments, and I can't wait to get this in a house and see what it looks like, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great weekend. See you next time. Bye, everyone.